This is Leah with Backyard Homestead in Starkville, Mississippi, and I'm out in the garden this afternoon. It is Friday, July 22nd, and it is really warm, but it's overcast and there's a nice breeze blowing, so it doesn't feel too bad out here. So I'm going to do some harvesting and just a little bit of maintenance this afternoon. And the first thing I'm going to harvest are these bush green beans, and we're kind of still debating whether to leave these a little bit longer or not. There's a bunch of little beans on them. They had quit producing at all. But now, get this, there's a whole bunch of little bitty green beans on there, and they're starting to put on a lot of blooms again. So we may leave them a little bit longer, but I'll pick today and see how much we get and let that help determine if we're going to go ahead and pull these and plant some peas or let these keep growing for a little while. But I'm seeing lots of babies and lots of blooms, so I'll see what kind of harvest we get today, and I'll come back and show you in a minute. Okay, so this is all we got off of that harvest, and it's not much at all in the bottom of the bucket. Maybe, if I had to guess, maybe about 2 pounds. I'll go in and weigh them in just a minute, but I don't know. I mean, enough for a good mess, maybe a couple meals worth, but not a whole lot. But we've had really good rains the past few days, and I even noticed, let me see if I can find it, there's areas in here that were putting on a lot of new growth. Yeah, like these plants are putting on new growth and they're blooming nicely, so they may come on and put on some more. There's a lot of blooms and a lot of baby beans, so we may leave them a little bit longer, but they're on their way out, but we may give them a couple more weeks just to see what else we can get off of them. But when we get ready to pull these, we'll pull these and immediately plant some pink eye purple hull peas. Okay, the next thing I want to get in here and pick, and these are our bush Lima beans, and I have not picked them yet, but they've been bearing for a while, and the beans have been getting plumper and plumper, and there's several really big nice clusters of these guys that are ready to pick. So I'm going to get in here now and pick these and see what we get. Just from looking, I would say this should be a pretty nice harvest, but you never can really tell till you get in here. Butter beans aren't like picking green beans. You pretty much have to almost feel every bean on there to see if they're plump enough to pick. So I'm going to get in here. We've got these 2 rows, and then on the other side of these climbing beans have another row nestled in here, my green tunnel. So I've got 3 rows of these bush Lima beans to get in and pick. So I'm going to get in here and do that now, and I'll come back and show you what I get. All right, 3 hours later, and I've got all the butter beans picked, all 3 rows. And this half-gallon bucket is about full, and this other smaller bucket is about half full, and I will carry them in and do a weigh-in in a minute. But I forgot what a joy picking butter beans is. But it's nice, very nice harvest. I'm not complaining, but whew, that's a chore. I got that done, got the green beans picked, got the butter beans picked, and now I need to pick a couple of red tomatoes I see on the Better Boys, and there's a few of the tomatoes starting to turn on the Romas. I'm going to go ahead and pick them, and I need to check out the peppers and the okra and the cucumbers, and that'll be all the harvesting for today. But the Romas are starting to look pretty nice. I've picked them twice. I've got them laid out on the table just finishing up ripening, so I'll pick the ones that are starting to turn today, and I'll show those to you. And the peppers haven't kicked in hard yet, but they're starting to look really healthy, really nice, and they're starting to put some peppers on, but we don't usually start getting a lot of peppers till August, September in there. Cucumbers are still doing nice on the fence. Everything's looking good and starting to produce. The okra's really happy over here. We've got zinnias on the fence and cucumbers and okra. Kind of doing a little hedge of okra down the fence here. But everything's starting to kick in and look nice. Anyway, I'm going to get out here and pick the okra and cucumbers and tomatoes and peppers, and I'll come back and show you final harvests. Just wanted to show a shot of these okra plants. They're so big and full and beautiful, and they haven't even started going yet. Sending out multiple bracts and multiple shoots, sending out in every joint where there's a stem coming out, a leaf coming out. In that little node, it'll send out a pod of okra, or it'll send out another little section of plant that will make you even more okra. So anyway, they're just big, full, beautiful plants. Really enjoying the okra by the fence this year. They're getting plenty of sun. And the cucumbers on the fence are doing well too. Swing slowly to show this whole little area. This is our pepper okra zinnia forest over here. This is some pork tenderloin we have on the grill. And we're using the pecan wood that we did the video of us cutting up the other day. It's got it smoking. Okay, so this is today's harvest. We got 22.53 pounds of the bush butter beans, 2.23 pounds of the bush green beans, 0.12 pounds of okra, 1.48 pounds of cucumbers, and 2.45 pounds of the Roma tomatoes. So not a bad harvest for today. This was the first picking of butter beans, and I'm really, really pleased with them. We'll get them shelled out tonight and get them put up. Saving out some for us to eat, of course. And that's it for today. Thanks for watching.